midnight to 3:56. In 2016, Shakur Stevenson was living in a modest apartment in Newark, where staying safe was a daily concern rather than a guarantee. Fast forward to today, and he resides on a vast Houston estate protected by advanced security systems, worth more than many families earn in a lifetime. This property offers a glimpse into how championship earnings have been transformed into long-term investments, featuring unique amenities, significant upkeep costs, and even a security feature in the master suite rarely seen among professional fighters. Growing up in one of America's toughest neighborhoods meant constantly checking locks and remaining alert. For Stevenson, home was never about luxury or comfort. It was simply a place to stay secure before heading to the gym. Moving between relatives' homes created instability that often destroys dreams before they begin. Yet those hardships fueled an intense determination. Boxing became more than a sport. It became his clearest route toward a better future. Understanding the environment he escaped makes his current estate feel less like a purchase and more like a symbol of victory. Many athletes struggle financially after retirement because their first major paychecks are spent on items that lose value quickly. Stevenson has admitted that early success led him toward jewelry, designer clothing, and expensive vehicles, but he soon realized that appearances do not create lasting wealth. Once he understood that luxury items rarely generate future income, he shifted his focus toward assets that could provide security for years to come, leading him into real estate. His decision to settle in Texas was driven largely by financial strategy. While New Jersey carries high property and income taxes, Texas has no state income tax, allowing high-earning athletes to keep significantly more of their money. By relocating to Houston, Stevenson effectively increased his earnings without fighting an additional round. The move reflected a transition from thinking solely as a boxer to thinking like a businessman, recognizing that location can influence financial success just as much as performance in the ring. Rather than choosing a highly visible property, he selected a secluded estate in an affluent area where privacy is prioritized. Surrounded by successful professionals who are unimpressed by celebrity status, he can enjoy everyday life without constant attention. In a sport filled with noise, pressure, and public scrutiny, that level of peace has become one of his greatest luxuries. The quiet setting allows him to disconnect from boxing and fully recover between training camps. Real estate experts often say that success is determined when a property is purchased, not when it is sold, and reports suggest Stevenson entered the Houston market before post-pandemic housing prices surged. By acquiring the estate at the right time, he positioned himself to benefit from the significant increase in property values that followed. Here's the next section rewritten as one continuous YouTube narration paragraph, while keeping the original timeline and storyline intact. For :03, 25:32. By purchasing the property when he did, Stevenson secured a real estate investment that has likely increased significantly in value over a relatively short period. Rather than stretching his finances to acquire an extravagant mansion that would become a burden during inactive periods, he chose a residence that comfortably matched his financial situation. That level of discipline is uncommon in boxing, where many athletes take on massive expenses that require constant paydays to sustain. Instead, Shakur positioned himself with an asset that benefits from a thriving market while demanding far less financial pressure. Financial experts who work with combat athletes have observed a growing trend. Fighters chasing greatness often train in Las Vegas, while those focused on building wealth increasingly choose Texas as home. That mindset helps explain why competitors such as Shakur and other top fighters have been drawn to the Lone Star State, where the same budget can buy dramatically more land and living space than in cities like Los Angeles or New York. In Houston, athletes can create private compounds rather than settle for expensive but limited properties. Learning from the financial mistakes that have ruined many boxers before him, Stevenson built a home that reflects careful planning instead of reckless spending. Arriving at the estate, what stands out first is not the size of the structure, but the peaceful atmosphere created by the surrounding landscape. Hidden among mature trees, the property blends naturally into its environment rather than demanding attention. The design creates separation between the public figure seen inside the ring and the private individual who lives beyond it. A long approach to the residence adds additional layers of privacy, making it difficult for outsiders to get close without notice. Security is a major priority throughout the property. Reports suggest the estate uses advanced surveillance technology capable of monitoring activity long before visitors reach the entrance. Growing up in an environment where danger could appear without warning influenced his decision to invest heavily in protection, creating a sense of security that he values more than any luxury item. Stevenson has previously spoken about purchasing a high-end Mercedes Maybach after achieving financial success, and that vehicle now sits among a collection that reflects both accomplishment and practicality. Alongside luxury sedans are rugged SUVs designed to handle Houston's unpredictable weather and road conditions. Each vehicle serves a purpose, whether for business appearances or daily transportation. However, owning an impressive collection comes with significant ongoing costs. Insurance, specialized storage, maintenance, and fuel expenses can add up to thousands of dollars every month before a single mile is driven. The backyard continues the resort-like atmosphere, featuring a custom-designed pool and an outdoor entertainment area built for relaxing with family, friends, and team members after intense training camps. Because public spaces often attract unwanted attention, this private retreat allows him to unwind without interruption. Stories have circulated about overly dedicated fans attempting to track his location through social media clues. L.